house from each other's place. You know, the West, they don't like Patty's weed garden or potato garden, tires or whatever.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, it don't
Don't
bother
bother
me.
me, we just want to leave us,
No, no.
leave us alone.
Well, Patty doesn't like your storage building and this,
I like everybody.
Too
and
bad,
this and that.
too bad.
You know, drop it, you know, this isn't the place for it anymore. If we were gonna do something about it in here, it would have been done. Let them settle it in civil court. You know, as far as Eric Fox, you guys seem to have to refer to him on an awful lot of stuff. Eric Fox doesn't run this township. You know, that's what our taxpayers pay you guys for to run it. You know, hopefully with our input. He's not worried about our township. He probably lives in a neighborhood with manicured lawns and doesn't even have an old car in his driveway. You know, he probably trades it in every other year or every year. Having given the contract to Big O, that was a wrong thing to do. Common sense would tell you that with only one bid, with all the carriers out there, that something went wrong. There should have been more bids in here on that. I, for one, I don't know about everybody else, but we've got this sign out here in front of the playground that seems like there's no trouble getting the auctions put on there, but I'd like to see all the public meetings put on there. What the meetings are about, and the date and time, you know, posted, so everybody driving through will know. You know, we need to get more people in here than what little crowd we have here. It seems to me, you know, and I've discussed this with other people, the trustees seem to forget that you work for us. You know, we're your bosses. You know, our tax dollars pay your salaries, pays Barb's salary. So as my employees, I want a voice in what goes on in the township. You know, other than, you know, a lot of the bickering and everything that goes on. Now, you know, I'm sorry if I stepped on any toes of anybody, but, you know, that's just the way I feel, and I felt that way for quite a while. You know, if you guys are gonna be in there, then run it like a business. We're your bosses, let us have the input. You know, we were given an out on the trash, not to bring that up, that's a done deal, but we were given an out on that where we could have backed up and redone that. And it wasn't done. It wanted to be pushed through by you guys. You know, and like other people's told you, elections are coming. You know, maybe it's just Dawn this time, but, you know, it's gonna be you two, you know, the next time. Run it right.
I second that.
You know, we only got one bid, and
Why is that, Don?
I don't know, it was in the paper like it should have been. We got one bid, it's the same price that Franklin got, Hebron got, Granville got, same price. So, you know, and I talked to several people that had Waste Management, and they said Waste Management come pick their dumpsters up the day they're supposed to and send them their refund check. They got it back real quick.
Well, that's all fine and dandy.
But I mean,
But yeah, you're taking away the people's choices.
well,
You know, the people ought to have a say. Now, whether they want you to save them $10 or not, that's up to them.
And we're also trying to, you know, make the community safer, is what we're trying to do, you know, another aspect of that, and you gotta realize that too.
You got the trash haulers burglarizing or what? How are you making it safer?
You're running that truck up and down that road instead of 5 trucks. that
Trucks
run
are
that
gonna
road.
run up and down the roads anyway.
They're gonna use the main roads, definitely, of course, you know. The side roads, they're not gonna run.
Well, then let me ask you this then. If you wanted to make a resolution to make it one hauler on the township roads, Why did you have to make it for the state and county roads? You guys don't take care of those roads. When was the last time you dropped a plow on those roads? When was the last time you dropped it, patched a hole?
Honestly, when did we plow some of those roads last winter?
Last winter, state,
The state requested you?
no, we had to get to our roads, Linville, they was backed up.
I mean, that's kind of asinine for us to plow our roads, over to Laurel Hill, and then Laurel Hill be a foot deep. You guys can get off of the side roads on Laurel Hill, but can't go nowhere, so if the county hadn't been through there, we go ahead and plow it. I mean, is that our responsibility? No. We do it to help you guys out.
But we just, the reason we done that was ask the civil residents, and we didn't think we was taking anyone's rights away, we was helping to get a cheaper price.
And a comment on a thing you had said there about if we don't have the answers, to go find them. And then the next sentence you said that we talked to Eric Fox a lot. He's our legal counsel. So if we don't have the answers, that's what we do. We talk to our legal counsel.
And when I first started, we didn't talk to the prosecutor at all. But
But
things
what-
have changed since then.
But
And we
you
have
guys
to,
have to admit, every time the trash thing was brought up, and I hate to go back on that, but that's the most recent thing. Every time the trash thing was brought up, it was just bickering and hollering and name calling. Am I right or wrong?
Sure.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd like to see it stopped.
I
You know.
would too. I would too.
I'd like to once come to a civil meeting, we go about our business and go home.
Definitely, I mean, I think we all would,
Well, it's not happening then.
Well, how would you suggest that we fix that?
I don't know. I don't have all the answers.
I mean, we're human too, we don't either, so.
Well, then we need to work on it then, don't we?
Definitely.
If we don't work on it, we're not gonna solve anything.
As far as the trash problem, that should have been a community input. There should have been a community meeting, and it should have been from the beginning, just like the other townships did.
Maybe there
That
should have,
was
maybe there
not
shouldn't
done.
have,
It should or should not have been. The thing is, you guys work for us, we pay your thing, and you are correct. It was out of hand, and it shouldn't have happened at all. We don't want it to happen again.
Well, next time speak up, and we discussed this.
We thought we was doing everyone a favor by saving you money.
That isn't the point. You didn't do it in the proper order. And if you'd asked Eric Fox, he would have told you the proper order in which to do that.
And we did the proper order by running an ad.
You ran an ad about this big, but you didn't let everybody else know about it.
Who were we supposed to let know?
You did
Legally,
not.
Eric said legally that we're not allowed to send letters to other trash line companies. That's
Not after you put it out. So you guys are missing one big issue here. It's after you put it out. Before, you can have meetings all you want and talk to anybody you want beforehand. But you didn't mention that. I guarantee you, he would have told you that. Beforehand, you can do whatever you want.
You gotta
Afterwards, you
excuse
can't.
me. This man just got done saying, let's all press towards other things, and now we're back on the trash bill. So what have we called for, once again, it's bringing old stuff back up. We can't change the trash bill for 3 years, unless you guys want to change it right now, I guess. Maybe you can do that, make everybody happy.
Well, I just got a question for everybody sitting in here. I mean, obviously Big O's picking your trash up. Does anybody have any problems with them yet? I mean, does anybody have any complaints about it?
How about hitting
You're
them?
always gonna find somebody got a
Well,
problem.
I know, but I'm serious. I really want to know.
I know heard some people that like what they had, CMI, they like CMI. Matter of fact, I talked to somebody this weekend about it, and they said their price is basically the same as what their.
But does anybody have any problems with Big O? Do you have lousy service, poor service from Big O?
Excuse me.
Well, my neighbors had to call him twice.
And have they corrected the problem?
Well,
I
you
never
should have
received a
told
phone
them
call like
twice.
this, so.
That
You've
isn't,
been
that
corrected
isn't
first
the
time.
issue here.
It's not the issue.
Just a general
This
question.
isn't the issue. The issue is the way it was given to us to start with, and it shouldn't be done on other projects in the future. That's not the issue.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to dredge up the trash thing. I was just using that as an example for myself.
Sure.
But that's what I'm saying.
There is something that hadn't been said. This has been talked about for 3 or 4 or 5 months. I argued against it too. I thought it was the people's right, but still it has been talked about 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, and probably most of the meetings. So,
But-
but the whole bottom line, nobody in the township cares, just like you said. There's only, what, 10 people here?
The same
every
people,
meeting.
same people, yeah.
Nobody cares, this is the bottom of the food chain.
And that's why I say, I'd like to have the meetings posted up there on the sign.
But you can have them all there all you want, and people don't care unless it involves them.
Have we tried it yet, though?
Well, I've been here 30 years, and still, it's always about the same people, of course, some of them already died.
This trash mandate does affect virtually everybody. in the- Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
thought that we elected you guys in for our voice, so we picked you as voters. Correct? So you're our voice. So what you're doing is the best of our interest. I myself personally thought it was at the best of my interest to have one trash truck come down my road instead of 3.
Well, that's just you.
So that's why
That's not
I
the
elected
intention.
everybody sitting up there at that table. Because I know you have my best interest. And I have to trust what you do. Now, I don't see anybody running out and talking to the president, because he's sure screwing you guys a lot more than they are. So I'd just leave it alone.
Well, you're not gonna get close to the president to even talk to him. Yeah, that's kind of exaggerating there.
How many people? in
No, we
Bowling
still
Green
elected him in.
Well,
So they were elected officials
How
up
many
here.
people in
Okay,
Bowling Green
Jack.
Townships and, on fixed income?
I don't know, there's quite a few.
Right. Well, I know from paying $91, $92 every 3 months to waste management, what I gotta pay now is a big help. It's saving me money.
and nobody's saying it's not a big help.
Yes.
And nobody's saying anything about saving $10 isn't a good thing. It's the way that it was brought about, the bickering and the bitching and this and that,
That's what we're doing now.
pretty much so, we're right about that.
Forget that.
Just for the things that are going to go on from now on, get a public input before you decide it's gonna happen. Let us know what you're doing. Because then, even if it was waste management or a CMS or whatever that is, it would have still been the same cost you're having now from Big O. They would have had a competitive bid.
But see, Dee, if we would have still went out and talked, we'd get just as many people go to the comprehensive plan too. Even
True,
though
they don't come to the comprehensive plan, and we're gonna have a big
you,
fuss when they see it.
you know what I mean?
But the
So-
difference
so-
will be, we invited all of those people to come
Mm-hmm,
over and over and over for input.
mm-hmm.
That wasn't done on the trash hauling thing.
But
How
if
did
we,
you invite them?
Hmm?
How did you invite them?
Right here, over and over and over and over
We
again.
invite people to come here every month. We
But
have
they
the same
had an
time.
opportunity to
That,
come.
and at the last elections, we had people fill out cards that were interested in the surveys and this and that.
You stood out there forever, the last
Yeah.
election,
Sure.
with a table,
Don was out there,
mhm.
so.
you know, and we appreciate all the help Don's given us on it.
But you know, we don't get that many more come to the comprehensive plan now.
It doesn't matter, it's the
No.
procedure.
Even the people that was on the board didn't show up last Wednesday.
Absolutely, and neither did all the trustees.
I'll admit, I wasn't there, I had other stuff that I had to do,
Mhm. Well, it's all right, I was there.
but that was,
So I got to do everything on one.
I think that's why I was.
But other townships did advertise this thing that affects everybody in the trash. You know that, I'm sure. They did advertise in the paper.
And so-
And then they got people to come, and then it, I'm sure you know what happened.
Do you have something you want to say, Jack, or?
Yeah, I think next year, this road deal of blacktop and the chipping and sealing is not up to one trustee, it's up to 3, and get it done early, instead of fooling around to the last minute and then canceling it.
All three of us did decide what was going on, Jack.
That was with me the day you went out and looked at the roads, right?
Yeah,
And then
measure
you
them.
on grass.
Measure the
You
road.
can take a day off, all 3 of you go and decide what you're doing and get it done.
Where you going in, Jack? There's no
I'm not
sense.
arguing anything.
Well, okay.
Can I get one thing positive done tonight?
Mhm.
For a month or two or whatever, can we try using that sign up there and see if we can get more people in here?
Sure.
Definitely. Willing to try. I'd like to see 100 people show up.
I would too.
Is it gonna happen? Probably not. you know, but.
I mean, you look at the Beacon and